And in other realms of the ridiculous, yes, some people actually ran a toddler fight club. I guess the first rule about Fight Club is that you can't talk about Fight Club, especially if you can barely talk and you don't even know how to spell Fight Club. So is that why when I first had my toddler martial arts classes, those classes were so packed? I mean, is this a thing now? Is toddler fight clubs a thing now going on? Because the story that's inspiring this rant is not the first I've heard of this. It's like probably about the third or fourth. And see, I'm torn on the issue because on the one hand, it makes me want to run out and go, oh man, I need to teach the toddlers how to protect themselves in case they're thrown in a fight club. But what? They should be thrown in a fight club in the first place. And then second of all, do I really want them roundhouse kicking other toddlers in the head or throwing them for a pong? Now, both of my kids could do that when they were toddlers, but they only did it when they were actually attacked by other kids who were seriously intent on hurting them. It wasn't so they could dominate in a fight club. And you know, one thing that really kind of bothers me too is, now I'm not saying this is certainly not all parents. It's been a very small minority, but some people want to sign the kids up for toddler martial arts classes, so even if they're just doing roughhousing or rough play, if the kids are wrestling with each other, they still want their child or grandchild to be dominant in it. When really, if they're learning a martial art at toddler age, it should be to improve motor skills and to have fun and to just strictly protect themselves from a child that may have trouble controlling themselves. You know, kids will hit each other with toys. At least if the child can block or duck, or just be strong enough to knock the toy out of the other child's hand and say no. To me, that'd be good use of martial arts, but not for some toddler fight club. I really wish they could get life for that. I know some people probably think that's too extreme, but no, they're messing those toddlers up for life. In the first 5 to 7 years, that's when you really learn your core emotional development, emotional processing, and you're teaching violence for fun to some little person that doesn't know that. Or worse yet, the child who can be violent is learning to be violent for fun. The child who's on the losing end of the toddler fight club scrap is learning that I can't feel safe in this world, and I'm in this world for people to hurt me. And both are just ridiculous on all counts. You're messing both of those kids up for life, in my opinion. Or it's going to take some serious therapy and some super investment on the time and effort of the parents, who may not necessarily be qualified to help deal with that kind of trauma for their child. And I'm not saying that as a dig at other parents. That's a real strange situation. I mean, the parenting book doesn't have to come with it shouldn't come with a page for toddler fight clubs. It's ridiculous. As one person said over on Yahoo Answers, in the martial arts section, whenever I bring up stuff about teaching toddlers how to fight or having toddlers learn how to protect themselves, adults are supposed to help children. And I'm starting to really feel like that. But unfortunately, I've seen some aspects of life where, you know, no matter how well you're raising your child and you're teaching your child to do the right thing, there are other children in this world who are not coming from an environment like that, or they're just not that type of person. They don't have the compassion that everybody else does, and they want to and they will hurt your child. Whether they know better or not, it doesn't matter. They will hurt your child. They will try to take things from your child, and beyond just taking and making the child feel bad, they will literally hurt your child. like the kid that came after my son with a box cutter when my son was, what, 4? And the boy was 7. And my child still handled the box cutter kid. He kicked him in the head, knocked him on the ground, and he never had that problem again from that kid. So, I don't know what else to say. Other than, I think some of these children who are quote-unquote bullying are actually committing crimes. And I think they should be locked up. But you know, that really may not solve it. Because what they'll do is they'll put the younger bullies in with older, bigger bullies. And then when they go get locked up, all they're going to do is end up being worse. So perhaps these toddler fight clubs are going to create a new market for pediatric psychiatrists and psychologists who can help undo the damage that these criminals that we're trusting with our children have done.